Hello, 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 hello. All right. Good to see all of you. Wow. Wow. Good to see all of you. Thank you all for being here so quickly. I honestly decided to do this last minute. So it's good to see all of you. I know I haven't done a live or put out a video this week. I had a thing at work, so it took all week to do, and so I was just slammed all day and night, and I was working hard, physical labor out in the sun, so I was just exhausted. But I decided last minute, I said, you know what? There's been a few things that have been going on that have, there's been some changes, let's just say that. And I felt like we needed to, I should discuss them because we haven't been able to for a while. So I wanted to kind of talk about some of the new stuff that the developers have introduced, go over some of the things going on in my own little world here, and we'll go from there. So let's start here. We are in the middle of Eden. It's pretty much over already, which is kind of disappointing. But when it comes to the, I would say we're like middle area states, right? We're not new and we're not old. So we're kind of in that in-between range where there's a lot of volatility and immigration and people coming and going, frustrations, I guess so to say, with players of smaller states, still not understanding how Eden works and how the game operates, especially in Eden. And we'll talk about that a little bit here. So this is pretty much over. Basically, we don't have too many opponents in our state, and our usual allies have been kind of being a little rude, I guess so to say, to us, and expect stuff when, you know, they don't do a lot of the work. So the thing about Eden, and I think people need to understand, especially if you're in a newer state, this is something that you're going to start coming across, especially if you like playing the game and you plan to kind of keep it going long term. Eden is not about states or alliances, okay? States and alliances can be beneficial overall, but when it comes to Eden, it's factions, okay? And whatever states are in those factions need to come together to create the strongest guild that they can. And especially as the game or the Eden seasons progress and they introduce more brackets, you're going to have a lot of states and a lot of players. And there's some strong players in very small states, and they just enjoy playing the game and they don't like dealing with a lot of stuff. But when it comes to being competitive in a certain format, that's what Eden is for. It's a place where strong bases in very small states can join a bigger alliance and, you know, prove their worth, and then maybe get recruited by a bigger state and move. And this is how immigration happens. You interact with players that you normally don't interact with. If you keep holding on to the my alliance, my state is better than your state or alliance, it's not going to pan out well in Eden. no matter what alliance or state you're in, if you like playing the game and you want to be competitive and stuff, you should always aim to try and be in that faction's biggest guild. Our normal allies didn't understand that, and when it came to our brackets expanding, they wanted to keep their state and alliance as the second guild, and that was fine. We told them we are going to be even kicking out some of our own alliance players that aren't very active and taking in all your active so we can create one strong guild, because it was going to be a very tough season. They didn't want to do that. So they know the game, they know better than us, and they just did whatever they wanted to do. So anyways, long story short, they got cocky. They wanted to go against us this season. So we did a 3-way Eden, even though it's North versus South. And, well, it didn't work out for them. So, yeah, when it comes to Eden, guys, you got to let states and alliances go. You got to go with who you can get with, okay? Interact with players that you normally don't interact with. Join guilds or states, you know, play with states and players from other alliances that you don't normally play with. And this is not a hard feeling event. This should be for competitive fun. There should be no like, oh, well, you betrayed me because you played with that guild and not us. And but that shit needs to go. That needs to go. Okay, Eden is supposed to be about trying to compete against a greater number in a larger map. And as things go, the brackets expand even further. So yeah, so that needs to be something that people need to understand. And leaders, and it's still amazing to me how states can be this far along and still not understand the basics of how Eden works, or still don't communicate with their players and create drama within the bracket because they just want to do that. It's amazing the drama that goes on here. So TJ, what's going on? Thank you. I am doing good. Thank you. I'm just still a little sore and a little worn out. It's been, so the heat index here has been 117 and we have a humidity of 100, 90 to 100. So it's been an excessive sauna here. It's been hard. So when I was outside in the sun, we've been cutting up cars because if you don't know, I'm a firefighter. We were cutting up cars in the sun from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. And so it was a long, exhausting time. So, but anyways, that's why I kind of haven't done anything this week or been that active. But here, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about what's going on. So yes, in our Eden season, it's pretty much over. The video I wanted to make was about city trading. I know a lot of people don't understand city trading completely. So I was going to make a video about this and go into more detail to explain it. I could talk a little bit about it in this video, or in this live, I should say, if you guys have questions specifically, but I do want to address it in a video as well. The other things that are going on is Treasure Hunter. Treasure Hunter Anniversary Edition is going on again. The best treasure here is the Night Ruler Perfect Permanent. It is a vehicle HP and vehicle damage 18%, both. That's pretty big for vehicles if you like to run vehicles, and a once owned troop might of 4% increase. Those aren't bad, but I think there's a lot of players that run fighter now. Once you get to a certain point, fighter is the primary strongest, I guess, loadouts. So while these wings are solid in attributes, you're gonna have to keep changing it depending on the situation. But I will say these are one of the better looking wings that I've seen. This is definitely one of the better looking Edens wings that I've seen. The Halo Ring of Punishment here isn't bad either. Troop HP 10% and once owned vehicle damage plus 4%. That's pretty good to have. I was actually hoping just to get the Halo. I haven't gotten it yet, but I do like the look of that. It reminds me of the Bat one that I lost like 4 bases ago. And to finish up the set, though, they just introduced. I know this takes forever. I'm sorry to blind you. They just introduced the cumulative purchase event, and the 2 million gives you the teleport. So in this one's the vehicles again. So this whole loadout is geared more for vehicles, and they're pretty. They do work towards the vehicles more beneficial attributes than the basic just might and resistance kind of stuff. Especially the crown. I know the crown. Look, okay, take away the crown and the wings are still pretty cool. But I will say the crown does look pretty cool too. I'm not going to lie on that. All right, so what else is going on here? Okay, so there was something else before I wanted to get on this topic, because this is the main topic is going to be the heroes. That was the main topic I want to talk about here, because I don't know how far some of you have gotten. But I do want to talk about the UR hero, the new one, and what they've done with it. I know there was something else, and I want to scroll through. Lifeguard came back. Oblivion now. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Oblivion is now going to be ranked. So the more you compete, you will actually get ranked, and I'm pretty sure you'll get better rewards at the end of the time. I would assume it would be about a month. That's usually what they do. So after 4 weeks of Oblivion, they generally take the highest rank and then maybe put you in another bracket. It would be similar. I would assume it would be similar to Clash of Alliances or Clash of Zones, where, you know, you have a gold ranking and stuff like that, and they move you up and down based on how you perform. Which is pretty cool. I do like that aspect of it, that they are doing that allows Oblivion to be a little bit more than just practice. Yeah, the wings we talked about. Lifeguard, the new hero Lifeguard. So I don't have access to Lifeguard yet, because we're like 1 season behind the new heroes as they come out. But I could talk about him because a lot of people have been referring him to join the UR hero loadout. I'm sorry, not the UR hero, the stone dissector, loadout, as opposed in a swap for guarding light. And he is going to be more of a increased damage and somewhat healing as well, damage mitigation for the most part. So yeah, they've been recommending Lifeguard here to replace guarding light in a stone dissector, clan elite, and Lifeguard instead of guarding light. What's impossible? Change their mind and give us the way to get SP medals without money. Yes. And so, okay. So now going on. No, SP medals, I don't mind. SP medals. Okay. So we've talked about this a lot, right? I do kind of sound like a broken record at times. SP medals are not as bad. Okay. In SP medals, you can get them in a lot of places. Where are we at here? You know, the anniversary event here usually gives you an SP medal right here in the beginning. The more you take, you know, part of these things, then you can save them up. These anniversary things, they go on all the time. So yes, I understand it's $30, but for $30, you do get a lot of resources, and you get that free SP medal. Also in Lost Relics, you can get an SP medal for fairly cheap, and a few other things. So save up those SP medals that way, take advantage of them, and you can wind up getting a lot of SP medals ahead of time. Exactly. You can get at least 1 SP medal for about $30 and a ton of other resources. But yes, you can there's not very many free avenues to get them. However, I did mention back in the, back when they first did this, They do have the treasure wheel all the time, and every day you get a free spin. And yes, I know that takes forever, but at least you can get a free one here and there if that's a problem. But in saying that, let's talk about Greek Spear. What they have done. Okay, I am not a fan of what they've done. Period. At first, I thought it was a decent idea. Okay, it had the potential to be a good idea. I was initially down with it. The problems I have, and I have a feeling they will address this at some point, but for now, it's hard to address. So right now, you have 5 different avenues to boost this hero. And no offense, that would make Greek Spear, doing all these would make Greek Spear by far one of the most powerful hero, probably the most powerful hero in the game. You are a hero, she can be weak, but if you have her maxed out, it's not that bad. But they've made everything so hard to upgrade. So all the equipment, if you can upgrade it, which it's hard to come by these boxes, you can upgrade all of her equipment. That'll make her stronger. But the big thing here is this gene splicing, gene modification thing they did. And if you fill these out, yes, there are some big benefits here that you can add to this hero, which would make her a lot stronger. The issue, and I don't know how far some of you gotten, this is where I stopped because I went, this is ridiculous. So the modifications here, right? The regens, you got to pay for. There's no way around that. And they don't give you a lot for what you buy. Hold on, I'm trying to get to it. So every Thursday you can get a little bit more on the regen, but it's still not that much. So for $5 normally you get 100 regen, right? For $100 you get 2,000. On Thursdays, yeah, you get like the 300 for $5. That's not bad. And 400 every month and stuff. You can get more, but the point is you don't get a lot. 100, 300, 400, that's still not a lot. Okay? Now to upgrade each one of those requires a lot. So you might get through this first one. This first one is pretty cheap. They only go up to 5 levels each. And the first few are pretty cheap. For 100, you probably need 200, 300, 400 for the first few. And that's what, already $15. So if you add up and you do it, this is a lot of regen right here. This is probably at least $100 worth of regen. Just for this half. This one half of 5 different avenues you can go. All right, so this right here is probably at least 100. Let's just assume it's probably more than that, but let's just assume it's 100 USD just for this half right here. Now, when you get to here, where you can change the skill, you need 4 medals and the regen just to upgrade it. And I'm pretty sure there's 4 levels of it. So how many medals is that? So if they require medals for each level, I don't know, but even if it's not for each level, let's just say 4 for each one. You can either buy a medal for $50. One medal is $50, which, okay. So that means, let's just go that avenue. So that means to unlock that one little boost of skill is 200 USD. Just to unlock that. Now, if they need more medals, that's even more money. So, and they didn't reopen the UR program thing. The UR program to get the medals for a little bit cheaper by, you know, doing the random, it's not here anymore. I'm sure they'll bring it back, but it's not here. So let's just go off that notion. It costs about $200, right? So to upgrade her skill here is 200. This is about let's just say 200. 200 here. Finishing it up would probably be about another 100, 200. And that's just that one. Now, if you go to the next one, you have more. If you have the next one, there's more. So you're looking at all of this is easily over $1,000, $2,000 just for all of this. Easily. Yeah. So I don't like that. I don't agree with that. I don't. That's way too ridiculous, in my opinion. For one hero. Now, this isn't wings that can affect everything in your base. This is just one hero. I don't like that. They need to fix this, because that's outlandish. It's outlandish to me. My personal opinion, it's too much. It is way too much. So let's just say it was four. Let's just assume out of the 4 levels, you just need the 4, right? So 4. Let's just say it's 4 each time, but you know that's not how it works. The later ones are always more medals. So let's say it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So you're looking at 1,000, almost. You're looking at almost $2,000 just for this, just for the skill buff, not counting all of the regens you need. That's just too much to me. Yeah, that's why, Hassam, I agree. It's just, that's just way too much to me. Way too much. And I can defend certain things, right? I can defend, I do think it's a little ridiculous that you need, $2,000 to $3,000 to get a set of wings if you want to do it this way. I can kind of justify that. I don't really like it, but I could. But for one hero for this, I can't justify that. I can't justify that. I really can't. To fully upgrade her, yeah, at least 10K. I didn't spend that much money to actually get her. I'm not gonna lie. In order to get her initially and fully max her out, it did not cost me that much. I would not. I don't think I would have done that. But to do all of this, oh yeah, easily. So I don't know. I would say to fully unlock all this, maybe you're looking at 10 grand. Yes, just for this aspect. It doesn't, I don't think it costs, I would not have spent 10 grand just to unlock this hero. I can tell you that right now. So it probably was about 500 though, 600. I wouldn't lie on that. That's probably roughly what it costs to get her and fully unlock her. But this right here, this is easily 10K. Easily. So I don't agree with that. I don't like that. But, I'm not a developer. I can't suggest it. But if I were you, if you want to chip in every so often to try and slowly do this, fine. But I think you can use your money in better areas in this game. Seriously, you could. Let's say you do unlock all this though. If you did 100% all of this, she would easily be the most powerful hero in the game. Easily. But is it worth it really? For one hero, for one APC, to have one super strong hero? I don't know. You still have other APCs to worry about. So, and other heroes to worry about. So I don't know. I think you can spend your money in better places, honestly, but I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. I just think I think they need to adjust it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I like the idea of an extra modification to certain heroes. I do like that, but not for the amount of money that they're expecting. No. That I cannot agree with. to max the Walking Dead APC. The Walking Dead APC is not even in play anymore. I don't think I even use any heroes from The Walking Dead anymore. I do as like a 4th APC just for, or my 5th APC when I get it, just to fill space. I don't use any of them. You could build a night. Tell me, I could pay off a lot of my debt with that money. Don't get me wrong. I would, if I were you, I would put that money in other resources like yesterday, defense plans. Use that money for even satellites. You're better off. War badges. You're better off. What else? Even to upgrade this, or mechs. Mechs is a big thing. That's another thing that will cost a lot of money. Between the boxes, between the central cores and the chips, yeah, you're better off using your money on this or your technology. Now, if you have everything maxed out, by all means, do whatever. I get that, but I don't think a lot of players are those, and especially if you're watching this, you're probably not one of those super power players that have everything maxed out the second it drops. You don't have an immediate 10K to drop at a moment's notice to upgrade everything in this game. And that's fine. I don't think you need to be that powerful in order to play the game and enjoy it. Does it help? Yes. But also on that level, it does kind of get a little boring as well when you don't have any competition. So what do you do at that point? I'm not a fan of it. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not a fan of what they did. Let me back up. I like what they did. I don't like what they're expecting out of you to upgrade it. The new fighter, yes. Stone Dissector, yes, she is fantastic. She is phenomenal. I love having her. Where is she? I have her in my loadout. There she is. She's great. She is way better than Frank or Revive Soul. She is way stronger, and she matches way better with Clan Elite than Shadowy Man or Revive Soul. So Clan Elite, she will do way more damage with than she will with any of the other 2 SP heroes. Guarding Light is basically your top healing fighter hero right now. So it's kind of goes hand in hand here. However, you could mess around if you do have Lifeguard, throw Lifeguard in there and see what happens. Is a shooter SP good? She's okay. Ion Spark, I will throw her in with my shooter formation. Ether, Ion, and Speedster seem to work better, but you could swap Speedster for Deathborn. But I think Speedster works better in that formation. I haven't tried it with Grim. Now, I feel like Grim should be somewhere, and so should Wild Feather. But they kind of get tossed to the side. For new Season X heroes, they kind of got tossed to the side. Both of them are shooter heroes. I think Wild Feather would do well in there, and so would Grim. But that's up to you to play around with and see what you have. But Ion is good with Ether, and that's a good combination right there. Bald guy needs to rest. Yeah, he's been working hard. Revive Soul, he's been working. He's the hardest working SP hero, and I kind of figured that when they dropped these 2 together. I had a feeling Soul was going to be better than Shadowy Man. Everyone was so focused on Shadowy Man here, and Frank, he's going to be the new meta, and I read Soul's skills, and I said, no, he's going to be the better one immediately. Yep, Deathborn's getting sidelined. Snake is still relevant. However, I'm starting to see him even getting, I don't want to say phased out. I don't want to use the term that these heroes are getting discarded or phased out. I just think that they need to create more different hero combinations, people that work well together with older heroes. You can revive any of these older heroes by a slight alteration of their skills or an upgrade of their skills and creating a new hero that would work well with them. All of these heroes could be reused. Would they be the tops? No, but they could destroy a lot of... You can make them to where they just do a lot of damage. So I just think that their focus is... Their hero creation focus is, in my opinion, a little short-sighted. But, you know, you could create a bunch of different combinations and still be good, depending on, you know, the rest of your tech and all that other stuff. What else? We did that. We talked about the UR hero. Ugh. Lifeguard came out. The new what's it called? The new base decor, not base decor, landscape decor. That's what the term I'm looking for. The Paradise. What is your guys' opinion on the way that they've been doing this cosmic event with the you know, you have to go up and get 5 stars to go to the next level and then 7 stars to get the whole thing? I don't really care for that. Yes, I did talk about that, Oblivion being ranked. It'll be interesting to see how they do that. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be set up like a Clash of Alliances. If I was a betting man, I'd see it it would go that way. I do like this set. You know, I mean, it is shooter geared, but you know, they do have some good ones. I don't know. I think it's gone now, but we just had the cosmic event. I don't know. I'm mixed on it. I like it and I don't like it at the same time. The store does not give enough rewards. You max out pretty quickly when you get those extra, you know, whatever you want to call them, pieces or something. I have them. Hold on. What are they called? What did they call them? What are they called? Here, right here. Energy cubes. Interstellar Decor Cabin. That's the name of the event. Sorry. I don't think they have enough rewards. You always wind up with a ton of this, which is cool. And the rewards in that store is good. I'm not gonna lie, but it's extremely expensive to get like 1 or 2 copies of you know, your top decor. I don't know how I feel about it. So buy a new, yeah, that's true. If you struggle to max out SP heroes right away, don't spend all that money on the UR hero. Just max out your other SP heroes. That's a good one. That's actually a good suggestion. I would not spend the money on the UR hero, and I would max out all your other heroes before then. No, we can get them sometimes for free. Yeah. Yeah, they went to that Interstellar thing, and I feel like that's replaced a lot of ways of getting the landscape decors. They started it with the Summer Dance, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. And now they continued it into the Paradise. They need to come up with a little bit better of a way to give base decorations. But I will say this: in the cumulative purchases and the alliance mobilizations and stuff, they have started incorporating a lot of the landscapes, and I do like that. I do like, so that you can start getting the old landscapes or getting landscapes while you know, spend as you spend. Which brings me to, once again, knowing how to use your money. When you see the cumulative purchase, generally there's going to be a multiplier, you know, pack. Those are the ones you want to capitalize on. Try and get as many free resources as you can and work up to things. These energy crystals and stuff for your faction arms, they're expensive. You need a lot, but you know, as you go through and you're getting thermals, you're getting war badges, you know, and you're getting all this stuff, it just gives a little more value to your dollar, I guess so to say. So we won't, and there are no rewards. Oh, on the Interstellar, yes. And that's the other thing I didn't like about the Interstellar too, is how many times you get 0, and now you have to spend the same amount to spin again. And you're like, so I just spent $20 and got nothing. And you're like, that's bullshit. That's BS. I don't like that. Yeah. So there's a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot of bad, but there's good and there's bad. I want to see a happy medium. I think this game needs to find a happy medium somewhere for it to thrive better. But I can't do that. I still like the game. I still don't think you need to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars a week in order to really enjoy the game. You know, now that I've, upgraded and, you know, gotten to where I am in the power rankings, I honestly kind of wish I was a little bit further behind, because I found it more enjoyable of a challenge to try and move up than already being up there. Because once you're already up there, there's not many that can touch you. So it kind of gets a little stagnant, and making it so that you throw more money at it doesn't change that for the people that are at the top. It really doesn't. So I don't know how you balance that out. Maybe, you know, lower it so more people could be at the top, I guess, but then you don't have a lot of variation for APCs and all that kind of stuff. People need to focus more on APC formations in order to beat opponents. I think that's where a lot of the focus needs to be, on hero formations in order to beat your opponents. That would work better than just throwing money at something. But what do I know? I think that kind of covers everything I wanted to talk about for the most part. I'm trying to think if there was something else that was new. All they had was basically bug fixes. That seemed to be the only major changes going on in the game so far, were bug changes. I know there's a few brackets involved in Eden right now as well. I think we are going to be merging our brackets soon. I think we're going to be having a almost 40 or 50 state Eden soon. So we'll see. I do like the dragon space. I don't know. I'm hit or miss on the dragon skins. I don't like a lot of them, but I do like this one. And I think honestly, the new wings would look the new skins would look great on it. And the halo. I like the darker halos, the more, the cooler looking ones, I guess so to say, or I don't like a lot of the frilly stuff, but that's me. I know everyone's a little different, and that's fine. But as far as Eden goes here, we're purple, so we're we control everything here. So we already know what's going to happen here, and that's why I haven't done any Eden stuff this season, because it's but yeah, we should be merging soon in Eden with another bracket, so that should be interesting as well. And Oblivion, I couldn't stream. I was busy this morning or yesterday morning, and Dawn today no one showed up. So I didn't even bother with those battles. But I will say Dawn and Oblivion now are getting a little more interesting for us, especially Oblivion, because of the ranking. Now they're actually putting us against teams, or other alliances that are actually competing, as opposed to, putting us against an alliance that has 2 people show up, which I like. So that's another reason why I like that. Why does my map look different? Well, it depends on what Eden you're in. Does it look different because we have more water? Is that what you mean? Yeah. Well, we have more water because we have the city trading and the guild docks, which I made the video about guild docks, by the way, and that was out. So if you don't know anything about guild docks, I would suggest looking that up. But yeah, we have a way. Ours looks strange because we have a lot of water, which brings us to the guild docks, which is what I made the video about. Guild docks allow you to build pads on water and go over water. Look, change. Yeah, so there are different maps. So, and this is what I bring up. There's different maps for everything. Last season, we had the military titles, where you could set fire to some of the tiles and stuff like that. This one, we have the guild docks and the city trading, where, you know, you have to build a dock in order to build a pad on water, but you can tile on water. So yeah, we have a lot more water on our screen this go. But yeah, it doesn't really change too much, just a little bit. And I'll talk about it a little bit because I wanted to make the video about the city trading. I don't have any more trades today, but I did make, like I said, I made the video about guild docks. You get 3 different skins that you can put on your APCs. You can upgrade these. You can get more rewards for them. These give different buffs like extra damage, marching speed, might, resistance, blah blah blah, which is great. City trading, on the other hand, this is where it gets a little complicated. Basically, city trading is just going to cities that are occupied by a guild and buying low, selling high, and trying to get the most money as you can. As you get more money, though, there's more rewards. There's extra boosts to your guild players. There's rewards every week. You get extra doomsday coins. You get, you know, there's a lot. You get a lot of doomsday coins just by participating in this. So we're about to move from a zombie game to a naval game. I wish it was a naval game, to be honest. It was like that. No, this is still the same game. Nothing really changes as far as that goes. You just need to have a dock in your sector or in a sector, and you can build a pad on water. It's not that, it's really not, it sounds a lot more complicated than what it really is, but it's really not that bad. How many states are in our bracket? Right now, we have 20. There's 20 states in our bracket, but we're hoping next season will be 50. Yeah, you buy pearl. I mean, pearl, wine works, jewelry works. You want to try and buy the highest, but every week you have to start with the little bit of cash that you have, and you have to work your way up. So, but yeah, I'll make a video on that goes into more detail on that. A lot of people are very confused about city trading, and I understand why. It took me a little bit to figure it out. But yeah, you just got to be able to, you know, work with it and just go with the go with what you got. So, are there any other topics that that are new that I can't think about that you guys want to talk about? Because I think that covered everything I wanted to really discuss. We are still in the middle of the anniversary event, I guess, so to say, even though I don't know how long that's going to last. Yeah, I think that's about it. Nothing else is new. Everything else is about the same. So, yeah. So treasure hunters going on. If you want to take part of that, remember you probably need about 3,000 US dollars in order to get a set of wings. But with that set of wings, you'll also get a bunch of halos and Leo things and coins and all the other stuff that you can get. So kind of works out, I guess, if you want to think of it that way. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me today. And I'm going to get that city trading video out, and any other videos you want made, you know, keep putting them in the comments or remind me in the Discord. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So enjoy your weekend, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your eating. Enjoy your competitions. Have fun. Relax. What about the hero Lifeguard? Is it good? Yes. We kind of brought that up earlier. Lifeguard is a pretty solid hero. Basic, from what I'm seeing, for the most part, is Lifeguard should be replaced. Should replace Guarding Light. But you can test out and see what's going on. See which does better. That's what I would do first. See who performs better, Guarding Light or Lifeguard, because each hero is going to be a little different. And your buffs will be a little different for each hero. So, but yeah, that's what I would do. So, yes. So, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Thank you all for being here. Next time we will do a giveaway. When I do a live, I'll do a giveaway next time, and I'll try and give out more that way. With that being said, guys, enjoy your weekend. No, I'll do it next time. That way I could give out more, so more people could get rewards as opposed to the same people every week. I can give out more that way. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. I'll talk to you later. Catch the videos, help each other out, share the information. Most importantly, be safe out there. Bye. Do the next stream on Friday for Oblivion. Sorry, that's why I came back. I saw that. I'm like, next stream will more than likely be for Oblivion Friday. All right, we do it at 10:30 game time, so whatever that is for you. So that's when I'll probably do the next one. All right, talk to you later. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.